Hello YouTube. As you can see, what we have here looks like your standard sort of Jazzmaster guitar with your standard Fender Jazzmaster Tremolo system, the same Tremolo system that's also in their Jaguar models. But what this is actually a Jazzmaster Squire model that I replaced this, and I replaced this, and I replaced this, and I replaced this, and I replaced that, and I replaced some stuff you can't see off that way at the headstock. And I did that for two reasons. One, the original Tremolo unit didn't have this little button here, which, as you may or may not know, blocks the tremolo from working. And then, secondarily, the trem system was very creaky, which you can hear here is silent, and that is actually not how it came. It actually came and it was creaky just like the other one, and I will show you how I fixed that. Alright, so what we're going to do is first we need to take this out. And there are a whole lot of screws here, but the only ones you have to actually remove are these two, and these two. Don't remove that one, and definitely don't remove those three. I'll do that, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, we've since removed the 6 screws necessary to get the trem system out. I'd like to point out that this trem is the Made in Mexico trem. There's also the American Vintage reissue trem available. I went with this one because it was cheaper and still had the functionality that I wanted. Whether or not this creaking issue will be an issue on the American Vintage reissue trem, I'm not sure. But I can show you what I did to fix it on this one. If you're having the issue, it might work for that one as well. So as you pull this out, you can see I had to route this out a little bit, albeit poorly, with a Dremel, because this part was hitting the back of that. And there was nothing to really do other than do that. But it doesn't really matter since it completely covers that up. So if you are planning on replacing your Chinese-made trem with either model, you'll probably have to do something similar. So the issue that I found was that this spring is connected with this nut, and it has a cylindrical part that goes inside the spring, and that spring was actually rubbing up against that cylinder, creating the creaking sound. So what I did was I unscrewed this. That screw tensions that nut to the spring. I unscrewed this, pulled that nut off, and it comes off pretty easy. You probably don't even need a screwdriver to do it. It just twists off. And as you can see, I put some white stuff on there, which is this product, white lithium grease. They sell this at any auto parts store, or any, I think they sell it at Walmart in the auto section. And I applied this with a Q-tip around the outside of that cylinder, as you can see there, and I screwed everything back in. And once I screwed everything back in, it no longer was rubbing against there. The grease was allowing it to slide back and forth without making the noise, the metal-to-metal contact. And that fixed my issue. Now, I'd have to say that before you start unscrewing this, if you really enjoy the way your tremolo operates currently, make note of how deep in that screw is, or if it's out or in, and trying to reapproximate that tension there, because messing with that will change the tension of your tremolo. And if you're curious as to what this button does internally, is when you have tension, you can slide this under there, and like I said, it locks the trim. So it doesn't move, it doesn't add more tension onto the string once the string is broken, or if you just want to lock the trim in general. So hopefully that works for you. Give it a try. Then thanks for watching.